Chris Mikowski of Emerging Civil War. I'm with Parker Hills at the Shiloh National Battlefield, and behind Parker is the Mississippi Monument, one of the newest on the battlefield, and you have a great story about this.
Yes, it's been a decade or so ago. I was leading a tour for the Blue Engage Education Society, and in it was a there was a retired lieutenant colonel named Kim Johnson of Columbus, Mississippi. Being an Air Force guy, he wasn't happy about me marching him out here at 5 in the morning across the fields to see the battle as it opened. He was complaining a little bit, and then all of a sudden, as the sun began to rise and we saw the deer and all of this, he turned to me and says, "Now I see what you were trying to do. This is great." Well, we got up here to Ray Field, and he noticed there was no monument for the Mississippi troops here when I told the story of the 6th Mississippi being decimated here at Ray Field. And he challenged me to lead a drive to get a monument here if he would make a significant donation. And I was very, very occupied with the Raymond battlefield, the Vicksburg campaign trails and so forth, and knew I didn't have the time for this. And so I said, "Kim," I said, "I am really busy and I live almost 5 hours away. You live less than an hour away in Columbus, Mississippi. You can do this. You make the donation to the fund and you hit it." He took me seriously, and he managed to pull some strings and became the chairman of the Mississippi Monument Commission. Well, now the Monument Commission had no money, and on that commission were a number of retired general officers, and Kim was a lieutenant colonel, but he took over as the head of the commission, and he started a fundraiser. And he went around speaking, and he asked me to have some speaking donations made, and it didn't take but about 4 years, and Kim had raised $450,000. That is no small amount of money in Mississippi when a big donation is a $20 bill. Kim and I worked a little bit on this, and we found a sculptor who was a gynecologist in Brookhaven, Mississippi. He wanted to be an artist, but he also wanted to eat, so he became a gynecologist, and he did quite well. And he set up an art studio in the back of his antebellum mansion, and he began to sculpt. He sculpted the Mississippi African American Monument, which was dedicated on the Valentine's Day of 2004 at Vicksburg. I was very impressed with that sculpture. As a matter of fact, he had used the exact right types of weaponry, which are Austrian muskets. And I went down to visit him in his studio, and there was an Austrian musket in his studio. He had bought on eBay so that he could make sure he had everything done right. And I talked to him. I'm an art major, so we talked to him about art, and I talked to him about proportions and the Vitruvian proportions, and we hit it off quite well. We managed to get Kim as the sculptor for this monument, and this monument was dedicated in 2016. In a really nice ceremony here, and I give Kim Johnson credit for all of that. While others may not, I know who made it happen. And it's lowly, as I say lowly, and he's not lowly, but based on the rest of the commissioner members who were all 2- and 3-star generals, he was just an 05, a lieutenant colonel. He's the man who made it happen. And so my hats off to you, Kim, for making it happen.
That's a fantastic story. Parker Hills, thanks so much for sharing your time with us. We've got more to come here at Shiloh. Thanks for being with us.